Rural Lifestyle, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick. In Wamego, just a short drive down the yellow brick road.
Hey, Chad.
What's going on, Brian? How you?
Good, how are you?
Surviving the summer yet?
Barely.
Barely. Yeah.
Seems like the only thing that heat won't kill is crabgrass, sedge nut, and Bermuda.
Right. We got yellow nut sedge is a big problem out there. Crabgrass and Bermuda. Bermuda and crabgrass are both what they call warm season plants. They love it when it's 80 to 95 degrees out there. They're in prime time growing. Love it. Our lawns, not so much. They don't like it when it's that hot. They like that 60 to 75 degrees. So here we have this challenge where you've got weeds that grow in this condition and our lawns that traditionally don't. So what you have to do is kind of manage each one of those issues separately. I'll probably start with nut sedge. Nut sedge has a triangle stem. It's real easy to tell. It's when you go mow your yard, you'll just see this pop right back up. And sedges are not grass. They're actually a completely different thing. So, which is nice when we go to control them. We can use things like sedge hammer, which is a selective killer, and it goes through and it will just kill the sedge and not your yard, not your ornamental plantings, those other things. So that's the good news about it. A bad thing to do would be to go pull the nut sedge.
And I was just getting ready to bring that up because that's what I did.
Right.
And I brought it in and you go, don't pull that anymore.
Yeah. And the reason why is nut sedge reproduces by these nutlets underneath the ground in combination with with the seed head, you know. But these nutlets lay there dormant and that parent plant's suppressing them, keeping them down and dormant and hidden away, and it's still attached to the parent plant so the herbicide can kill it. But if you remove that parent plant, well then all these nutlets are released and what a mess, what a mess. So
you think you're getting one and you're going to get 5 more?
You're going to get 5 more come right back up in its place, and that's the frustrating part about nutgrass. So something like sedge hammer takes every bit of 10 days to work, so that's another temptation. Man, I've sprayed this, I'm gonna go pull it. Don't pull it, don't pull it. Just spray it, wait for it to do its course. There's a new product out called Dismiss for folks that just can't wait. And Dismiss works in 2 days. I mean, it'll burn it right away. You'll see results and you'll see some other things. It's not quite as selective as Manage It, or not Manage, but Sedge Hammer now. So that's another good product we can use.
Now, if we kill it, how quick can we get back on top of it and overseed? Now, I know we're not going to do it right now.
Correct.
But if someone waits till the fall to kill some other parts of the yard, how quick can we get
the nice thing is in fall, remember, it's the opposite. These plants do not like it in the fall. They prefer it to be hot. They prefer it to be, the conditions like we have now. So they'll start to decline and your yard will take back over. So, you can immediately seed right back into it with these products within a week or two. There's really no withdrawal when it comes to that. And just, if it ever gets to the point where it's just so infested and you have to go in and clean up with Roundup or something like that, you can seed back into it, the first part of September.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
When we come back, I want to talk about Bermuda. And then also killing crabgrass.
Sure.
All right, you're watching Ag AM in Kansas. We're out at Premier Farm and Home, and we'll see you in a minute.
Rural Lifestyle, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet Buick. In Wamego, just a short drive down the yellow brick road.
Welcome back, Chad. Thanks for staying with us.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so we talked about nut sedge.
Right.
That's right. Let's talk about the other weed.
Right.
Bermuda.
Right, and I hear that's your favorite, by the way. You might have a personal experience with Bermuda from what I understand.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I can't get it to go away.
Now let's, first off, where Bermuda comes from, that is a warm season grass that we use all throughout the South. So that Oklahoma on south, very commonly used in home lawns. As we start to get north, what kills it off is our cool temperatures. When it freezes over the winter, you have large sections die back, and so it's not always consistent. Also long periods of dormancy. It may only be green for 2 or 3 months a year in our region, whereas...
And it likes the water.
It likes water, likes heat. Heat especially. Really, Bermuda likes anything except for cold. If you can make it cold and shade, no. Heat and water, yes. So Bermuda is very aggressive, as you know, and requires a special way of going about getting rid of it. You require a lot higher rate, basically. So as you go through, and you're trying to spray it with Roundup, what I'll suggest for remediation of Bermuda grass in tall fescue is you'll go through and basically take some of that marking chalk or marking spray and go an area about 3 to 4 feet beyond where you think the Bermuda grass is, and just start outlining the whole section. And once you have that done, you're gonna spray that entire section with Roundup, but you're gonna spray with a 5% solution of Roundup. Ooh. So that's, you know, something like 5 times the strength you'd get in those little squirt bottle type things. The reason we do that is because it's got that extensive root system. We really want that to translocate through the whole plant, kill it off. And you're gonna repeat it. One is not enough, believe it or not. So we go, yes, he can contest that. Yeah. So we do 1, and we would do this in August, first week of August, somewhere around there. Follow up again about the 15th of August. Seed directly into that residue coming in the fall. So that Bermuda grass will act like straw for us. There's no seeding restrictions with Roundup, so as soon as that's all dead and where we want it, we can seed directly into that residue, and you should have a yard by, you know, the end of October going into November. Yeah.
And believe me, I've done my Bermuda battle. And
sure,
I'm still battling.
Sure, you're still battling.
And that's exactly what I did last year, but it never fails. The one thing about Bermuda is, like you said, it stretches a long ways away.
Correct, and it's a lot farther than you think it is. Yeah. It's hard to decipher where it is. Plus, the remedy we're talking about is a 3 to 5 year fix. It will come back. Hopefully we'll know what we're looking for now. There's some suppression products you can use on the market. There's some broadleaf herbicides that you can use on your tall fescue that Bermuda doesn't like and kind of stunts it. And just, you keep treating it like it's a cool season lawn. Use everything in your arsenal that stunts warm season but helps cool season, and you can just kind of manage it and keep it from getting under control. Yeah.
And let's talk about crabgrass real quick.
Sure.
Because it never fails. I spray something on it, it turns a little yellow,
right,
and then it laughs at me.
Yes, it does.
So
yes.
it will not go away.
There's a problem with crabgrass in that because it likes hot weather and it looks okay, doesn't necessarily mean it's growing. So we can look at that crabgrass and, boy, I got crabgrass. But when it's hot, really, even though they like it this hot, they're not really growing when it's this hot. So if it's not growing, we're not able to, you know, kill it off like we should, and that's the biggest drawback. You know, the best way is pre-emergent, pre-emergent, right, pre-emergent. Just remember how you feel now, and you can go back and address those things this spring.
And that's one thing that I noticed that I have a lot less this year than I had last year because of the pre-emergent.
Right.
But it seems like you're never really fully going to get rid of it. Is that true?
That's not true. You will fully get rid of it once your turf gets a little more established. You're continuing to thicken up, and crabgrass physically needs sunlight to germinate. So if you're at the point where your yard's thick, the sun can never reach the surface. It will control that crabgrass. A little tip like raising your mowing height can also help you with crabgrass. But the idea is with the pre-emergence, it's under control. There's not a section that's just crabgrass. And you know, there's no way that the grass can survive in there because we've kind of controlled most of it. Right.
Chad, good information.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it, Brian.
You're welcome.
Yep.